he's been doing it all season long. You're bound to have some games where you miss some shots. But he's going to have more games where he's making shots. And also Joe's worth goes beyond just making shots. He's a physical defender. He plays hard. I mean, he's capable of getting into the defense and making plays as well. So I have a lot of confidence in him.
Greg Logan with Newsday.
Blake, how do you evaluate your defensive performance against Giannis? I mean, there are some metrics that show you're making him shoot from farther out than when he's guarded by somebody else. And also, he settled for 8 3-pointers in the last game. I mean, he got his points, but overall, he hasn't dominated you guys the way he did in the regular season. So how do you look at the way you play him?
Well, I mean, like at the beginning of the series, it's kind of like I said, you don't really guard him one-on-one. You guard him with, by committee. And I thought for the most part, we've done a solid job. And I know he's got points here and there, and he had points, in the last game, but we're just trying to make it tough on him. So, being physical, giving him some space, but, he's a 2-time MVP, so he's going to get shots, and you can't overreact to certain things. So, we gotta stay on it and tweak a few things and be better. But overall, I think we've done a solid job.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Blake, speaking of defense, you guys did a really good job on Chris Middleton in the first 2 games. Then obviously he has that hot start in game 3. Is there anything you guys went away from that kind of allowed him for that? Or was that him making some shots that he missed in the first 2 games?
I mean, besides, I don't think we played with the same physicality, at least not to start the game in game 3. But he hit some shots, we have to match that intensity and match that physicality.
Steve Lichtenstein, WFAN.
Hey, Blake, piggybacking on the physicality, it seemed like Milwaukee, being desperate, upped the physicality on their defensive end. When you looked at the film, was there some ways where you feel like you could have countered that better?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely some ways we could have countered that a little bit better. And we walked through them. We went over them. I think everybody sort of recognized them. The thing is, we got shots. We got some open shots. We just didn't really hit shots. And like I said, I'm willing to bet that we'll hit shots more often than not. So, we just got to stick with our game plan, make those tweaks, and make sure we come into game 4, with that physicality and intensity.
Back to Christian Winfield.
Hey, Blake, you guys came out a little flat as well in game 3 in Boston, and you guys lost that game as well. Is there anything about the first game on the road in the playoff series that takes some adjusting to?
If I remember correctly, Boston, I thought we got up like 12 early, and then kind of sort of relaxed too much. I'm pretty sure that was game 3. So, I think for us, you can't really treat every game 3 on the road the same. But yeah, I mean, it's a good lesson for being on the road. Like, you can't put yourself in those types of holes. We obviously let their physicality affect us a little bit too much. I think on both ends of the floor, not just their physicality defensively, but they're just the way they approached it, even from their offensive end as well. So those are the things that we can control. Those are the things we talk about, and those are things that we have to execute on, non-negotiable. Sometimes you'll miss shots, but you can always set the tone.
Thanks for your time, Blake.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Blake.